Hello, and welcome to episode 9 of Alternate Future of the World. Let's get into it. So, right under this is just a small map layer. Right underneath this is the peace treaty that I've drawn up. So, where should we start? Let's start in Korea and Japan, starting with South Korea, as when we erase this, North Korea is going to be fully annexing South Korea. And when we get to Japan, so there's some parts here that I'm going to circle in red. This part here is these parts here are part of North Korea. These parts are parts of China, and the rest is part of Russia. That's the Korea-Japan peace treaty. Full annexation of Taiwan. When it gets to the Philippines, China also fully annexes it. And nothing really changes in these areas, as they will be getting. Philippines is annexed by China, and so is this Malaysian island. But when we get to South Asia, it's a little bit of a different story, as China will be annexing this area and making this part of the Malay Peninsula and Thailand as a puppet state. With China. And now let's look at India, because this is what India looks like now. Pakistan and China get a bunch of land, and India gets divided. Well, nothing else will be changing over in the Arabian areas, except for Turkey. What does Turkey look like? As Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt will be splitting Turkey alongside Russia, and Syria, as this area thing here, becomes independent, and Cyprus is part of Egypt. Time to go to Europe. We're going to be doing Scandinavia first, as when we go to Scandinavia, this is how it's divided. As Russia will be annexing a bunch of this land, and these two are independent. When we get to the rest of Europe, the Balkans are fully annexed, Baltics, and here's what all of Eastern Europe will be looking like. As Serbia now has an empire, and Bulgaria and Greece have their own thing, and so does Austria. And when we get to Italy, they get divided. Same thing with Iberia, as they are also divided. In the Germanic areas, they are also divided, and then the French are divided. Because the British left early, they survived the war. And, let's go to Africa now, specifically Somaliland. That makes sense. In Western Africa, there. It gets divided between Benin and Mauritania. And that is what Asia will be looking like as a result of this war. Whatever's down here in Argentina, there, as Argentina is going to be split between Peru and Brazil, and Colombia is also being split. We'll do Antarctica. Antarctica is going to be split between a Russian claim here and a Chinese claim here and another Chinese claim here. Need to continue. Remember to erase the lines there. When we get to North America, the Caribbean is independent as one nation. And in Central America, it gets some land from Mexico. And we have Mexico again. When we get to Russia, or Alaska becomes a Russian colony, and Canada is split. But now it's time to get to America, as China will be taking the western coast, and a couple other independent countries will be forming throughout the American continent. And I think that's all of the peace treaty? I'm pretty sure I mentioned everything. And that is the peace treaty of World War III in this world. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you in the next episode, and bye!